Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. As I'm looking over at my other screen, welcome to another episode of Mouse Madness. This is Mouse Madness episode 9. Episode 9, and with it, of course, being in December, we're going to do something a little different. Hey, Steve, welcome in, buddy. How are you? Hope you're doing well. We're going to do something different tonight. Of course, we've been doing a lot of stuff throughout November and December. Hey, Dean, what's going on? Welcome in. And we haven't really touched on Christmas. So I thought we would definitely touch on Christmas today as we counted down our top 10 Christmas movies. John, welcome in. Brian, welcome in. Melissa, welcome in. Chris, welcome in. Bridget, welcome in. How are you? The list, the answer to every number one on your list is Die Hard. You'll have to wait and see, Chris. You never know. Hey, Arjon, what's going on, buddy? How are you, Richard? Hope you're doing well. Noah, welcome in, buddy. Hey, everybody, welcome in. And what was I going to say? Jeez, I'm saying hi to everybody. I forgot what my thoughts were. Well, I'm doing Christmas movies tonight. We're going to do top 10 Christmas movies. I thought it'd be a good time to do that. We haven't done it yet because, of course, next week we can't. December 18th is our big, huge Lord of the Rings mega stream, which is going to be fantastic. I can't wait. Yeah, we still got a week to go, Chris. Lord of the, right around the corner, though. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great time, I think. I think we're going to have a good time. Steve, I'm going to need you to send me another text or some kind of message through Instagram so I can send you the questions of what we're going to talk about next week. So if you could do that for me, I'd appreciate it. But for those who are watching on the replay, first off, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. And we're going to count down our top 10 Christmas movies. And just to put it out there, these are like full-length feature film Christmas movies. You know, like Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I didn't put any of them on my list. I love all them, but I did just feature-length movies as to what made my list. So we definitely wanted to try to take a certain path with how we were going to do this, and that was kind of how the route I took for it. So although I love all them, they were more to me like, the cartoons for TV, made for TV movies, but I was talking more like full feature-length movies, for sure. But those who are watching on the replay, thank you for joining us. First and foremost, I want to thank Dean over at Dreamers Empire and The Live Place. If you haven't gone out to The Live Place, be sure to check them out, theliveplace.com. Wonderful, wonderful live streams out there. Very family-friendly. A lot of Disney stuff and other stuff, too. And you'll definitely love it. Dean does a great job there, and we're happy to have him for sure. And hey, Dee, welcome in. Is that Dee or Miguel? Hey, Isaac, welcome in. How are you? I appreciate everybody stopping in. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to count down our top 10 Christmas movies because we have not done anything Christmas yet in the month of December. And here we are at December, what's today? It's the 12th, I think? Is today the 12th? No, today's the 11th. See, I had to look at the calendar to be sure. But it's okay. I appreciate it, Dee. Appreciate you being in here. Definitely appreciate the support. But definitely check out Dean. A lot of good YouTubers in here already tonight. Of course, Dreamers Empire, A Disney Life for Me, Steve's World's in here. A lot of great channels in here. So please be sure to subscribe to their channels as well, if you could. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel here at Mouse Talk, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up first off. And then please subscribe to the channel for more great Disney and other stuff. We enjoy bringing it to you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. We definitely like bringing it to you. Well, Dean, hey, happy birthday to your wife. Tell her happy birthday. I hope she has a good birthday, for sure. And a couple of programming notes before we get started as well. We will not be on the air this Thursday, Melissa and I. We will not be having a Disney Talk Thursday this week. But we will have a special Saturday Disney Talk. And we have a special guest coming on this Saturday after Disney Fiasco, after Disney Dan and Meg and Corey are done, when they go from 7 to 8. We're going to be going at 8 o'clock, and we're going to have a special guest with us. We're going to have Rowan from Disney Damsels is going to join Melissa and I, and we're going to have a really fun live stream, and we're going to talk about some really great Disney gifts for family members, friends, our top 3 to 5 gifts of what we think it might be great Disney gifts for your family and friends. And we're also going to talk about Disney sequels. And Rowan's going to join us, and we're ecstatic to be having her on Disney Damsels. If you haven't gone out and seen her channel, be sure to do so. She's got great content as well, so we're really excited about that. So be sure to join us Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's absolutely going to be a good time. And just another real quick note, I got to put this out there because, again, well, I guess I could bring it up Saturday, but just in case, I want to let you all know that Sunday is the 16th of December, and Melissa and I will be celebrating our 23-year anniversary. So I just want to put that out there. I know I'm getting way off topic here, but it's important that I just want you guys to know how much she is, how important she is to me, and how much I love her, and she's been great, and it's been a great 23 years, and I just got to put that out there. So thank you for putting up for that, but I had to put it out there real fast. Absolutely, yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's get started. Again, we're going to count down our top 10 Disney movies. And there's a plethora of different types of movies I have on this list. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Yep, 23 years. It's been really, really great. Oh, great. See, and look, Dean hit 23 in April. There you go. Oh, how about that? Bridget said we share an anniversary with her parents. Melissa, how about that? That's pretty cool. Yep, been 23 years. Absolutely. Yeah, oh, 300. There you go. Bridget, I guess where you are, Bridget, it definitely has to be 10-pin bowling, isn't it? That's right. Brian says to Melissa, congrats for putting up with Walt for 23 years. There's some truth to that, probably, for sure. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for the support, everybody. You're funny. You guys are great. That's great, Bridget. 40 years is a long time. How about that? There you go. Look at that. Isaac says his parents are celebrating their 18-year anniversary this Sunday. That's great. That's great. Well, thanks, John. We love you too, buddy. Definitely. It really makes my day on Tuesdays to come out here and see you guys, and it makes Melissa's day and my day on Thursdays. We really look forward to coming out here and seeing everybody. So, the support's wonderful. So thank you. Everybody ignore Melissa's comments. That's so funny. We love you too, Brian. We appreciate you guys. All right, so let's get started. Let's go. We're going to count down top 10. Now, I want to hear from you guys, too. You got to let me know which ones you like and which ones you don't like. Because I'm sure there's going to be plenty on my list that don't make your list. But you never know. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate that. No, she's great. I have it very lucky, folks. I really do when it comes to Melissa. I absolutely do. But again, we're getting off topic, Melissa. You're killing me. But let's go. So number 10, and I have three honorable mentions as well. And these three, they're really kind of hard for me because I was going to put them in the top 10, but then I had to think about what I was going to take out. And it was going to be too hard for me to take something out. So, hey, Meg's in here. Welcome in, Meg. Hope you guys saw Meg's stream yesterday. She had a really great stream yesterday with tons of people. Meg's channel's just been taking off. Meg, you've been doing fantastic. Congrats on how well you've been doing. Well deserved. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull something up on my phone as I'm talking. But Meg, you've done great, and you definitely deserve it, and well deserved, and I hope it keeps going for you. But Meg, we're counting down our top 10 Christmas movies. Top 10 Christmas movies tonight. And we're going to start with number 10. We'll get to our honorable mentions at the end. But number 10, it is crazy, Meg, but you've done great. You definitely deserve it, and I hope it keeps going for you. You're doing really good. That Avengers video really took off for you. It did great. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. We had a good time with that. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun doing that surprise stream. But so number 10. So number 10 for me on my Christmas movies is, and this one goes back a little ways, okay? And a lot of you younger folks may not know this one, but some of the older folks might know this one. And Melissa's probably going to be surprised. I'm going to pull it up here real fast. That this one made my list, but it's really, yes, over 10,000 views. That's fantastic, Meg, for sure. But it is Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn, 1942. Now, I really like this movie a lot. I've enjoyed it. It's got, of course, if I'm not mistaken, it's got Fred Astaire in it. And if I'm not mistaken, it's got Gene Kelly. I've only seen it a couple times. But, yeah, Fred Astaire's in it, and Bing Crosby, that's who it is. And that's where the song White Christmas is from. It's not from the movie White Christmas, it's from Holiday Inn. Steve never heard of Holiday Inn. Yeah, we haven't made it there in 10 minutes. I know, it's crazy, Chris. I'm sorry. But Holiday Inn is my first one, for sure. I really enjoyed that movie. I was surprised with it. It's been a few years now since we've seen it. But I enjoy it. It really is a cool holiday movie. It's very family-friendly. It's very lighthearted. A lot of good singing. A lot of good dancing. And it's very holiday-oriented. And I like that. That's important to me. I want my holiday movies to be... They can be goofy and funny, but they also need to be, they also need to have a little heart, and they need to be, they need to have a good story. And I think this one did, and I really enjoyed Holiday Inn. If you haven't seen it, it's old, it's 1942, but I think it's a fun movie. I really do. I think it's a good one. See, Dean knows what I'm talking about. It's a good one, for sure. Holiday Inn, not that Holiday Inn, Chris. My ears are too old. No, you haven't missed anything. That's exactly right. I've just been rambling for 10 minutes. So Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn is number 10 for me. I think it's a fun movie. It really is. There's a lot of Christmas movies out there, and a lot of people forget about the older movies. And I get it. As generations come and go, things are left behind and things are forgotten. But it's a fun movie. It really is. It's a fun movie. Dean said he worked for the Holiday Inn. I didn't know that. How about that, Dean? That's pretty cool, too. All right, so Holiday Inn is number 10. So number 9 is an oldie. Well, not really an oldie, but it's definitely a classic. And I think this one will make a lot of other people's lists as well. And that is A Christmas Story. Of course, it's got Darren McGavin in it as the dad. And what's his name? Peter Billingsley, I think, is the name of Ralphie, I think. But of course, A Christmas Story. Everybody loves A Christmas Story. Bridget, Holiday Inn's it's a cute little movie. It's an old movie. It's definitely got a lot of nostalgia for me. I think that's part of the reason why I made it. But A Christmas Story, for sure, with Ralphie and his brother and, of course, the dad and the mom. It's just a fun, classic movie. It's so much fun. I double dog dare you, or I triple dog dare you. And then, of course, you got the scene with the Fragile and the major award. That's a major award. It's just a lot of fun. I love Darren McGavin. He was one of my favorite actors when he was alive. God rest his soul. He's gone now, but it's a fun movie. It's so many funny lines in that movie, and it's a classic for sure. Let's see. Dean says, "Yep, he remembers A Christmas Story. He loves it. Yep, you'll shoot your eye out, kid. Absolutely." Steve, that's pretty cool. You bought an ornament of the lamp for my family ornament swap. That's pretty cool. That would have been one to have. Would have been a fun one to have. So poisoning. It's true. I remember that. That was so much fun. Shot my eye out. Yep, my favorite part. Steve says his favorite part is the tongue stuck to the pole. Not me, Meg. No, not me. I was never tempted to do that. I was too scared. And Chris says, someone near where he lived used to have a 20-foot Christmas decoration of the leg lamp. That's pretty cool. Excellent. That's pretty cool, actually. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine having that. But that's a fun movie. I mean, I think it's very lighthearted. It kind of takes you back to your childhood with friends and relatives and having Christmas dinner. And, of course, you still have the bullies in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And it's just a lot of fun. And, of course, when they're changing the tire and he accidentally hits the lug nuts all over the place and he says fudge, but not really fudge. That's so funny, too. It's a fun movie. I think that movie it's a classic. Now, I don't know. Does anybody know, does TBS still do it on Christmas Eve through Christmas Day where they do 24 hours of A Christmas Story? Because they used to do that. Steve said someone did that at his mom's school on Friday. No kidding. Did their tongue stick? Right. That's true. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's really funny. But that is, it's a great movie. It really is. And I think that, Melissa, and you probably know this, TBS ran the 24 Hours of a Christmas Story for probably for about 3 or 4 years in a row, at least where we are. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if it is still either, Chris, if it's still 24 hours or not, but I know it's on for sure on Christmas morning. Absolutely. But what they used to do, at least for 3 or 4 years in a row there, for a while, what they were doing was it would start at 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve and run until 8 o'clock Christmas Day. 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. for 24 hours. I don't know if they still do it. I'll check it this year because now I want to know if they do or not. I'm sure we can at some point, Meg. And actually, it's funny you said that, Meg, but that's one of the things I'm going to bring up about the month of December when it comes to The Lord of the Rings next week. Creepy Santa. I know, Creepy Santa. If they think I'm going to stay for a minute after 9, they're crazy. Steve says he wants to give it a minute, Meg. 8 o'clock. That's so funny. So there you go. Number 9 is A Christmas Story. And staying with comedy, this one has actually grown on me over the years. When I first saw this one, it was okay when I first saw this movie. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was okay. I thought it was kind of funny. The more I've watched it, the more I love it. The more I actually think it's hilarious. It's so funny. And every once in a while, I'll pull a clip. The one clip I like on it really the most is the one scene, and I always play it for Melissa. We'll be upstairs in bed getting ready to go to sleep, and we'll be reading her. She'll be reading her book, and I'll pull up my phone and I'll play this little clip from the movie. And she just laughs. And it's Elf. Elf with Will. I was going to say Colin Farrell. I can't see Colin Farrell playing Elf, but Will Ferrell. And I love Elf. I really do. I think this movie is so much fun. I used to really not be a big fan of it, but the more I've seen it, I really like Elf. I think it's a cute movie. You know, Will Ferrell is not over the top dumb in this movie. You know how he can get with some of his movies. He's not like that in this movie. He's just fun. It's lighthearted. It's got a good story, and I think it's a good movie. I really do. And get the ring's a gift that keeps on giving. Santa, I know him. Son of a nutcracker. Oh my God, Santa! I know him. I know him. Yeah, oh yes, oh my gosh, yes. That's true, Chris. When he's jumping into the Christmas tree when they need to put the star on the top of the tree, and he goes, oh, I'll do it. And he jumps into the tree. Oh my God, hey, Noah's watching Elf right now. It really is. It's a fun movie. It really is good. Who else is in that? You got Mary Steenburgen's in it, and oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. The main big star in the movie that plays the dad. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. And Bob Slap. That's right, Zooey Deschanel's in it too, right? Yeah, when they're singing in the ladies' room. Oh my gosh. And Brian, I get that. And that's how I was with Elf for the longest time. I wasn't always a big fan of it. But the more I've watched it, I don't know. I just think it's been fun. No, not Bob Newhart, but the other dad. His real dad. I can't think of his name. Isn't that James Caan? That's it. Yep, Chris. Thank you. James Caan. He's in it as well. Bob Newhart's in it. Peter Dinklage is in it. He's got a small part, but Peter Dinklage is in it as well. And he's the guy that's the author of the children's books. But he's in it too. He's got a small part. That was one of the first times I ever saw him. No, not Joe Pesci. Not in this one. Brian. But I do. I like Elf. I think Elf is a lot of fun. The one scene with the Santa. He goes, "You're not Santa." He goes, "You sit on a throne of lies." That movie he's just so funny in that. I think he does a good job. He really is really good with that. And when he goes, Francisco. Who Who's in Infinity War? Will Ferrell? Or are we talking about Joe Pesci? Joe Pesci's in Infinity War? James Caan's in Infinity War? Meg, now you got to tell me because now I'm lost. Yeah, you smell like beef and cheese. He's an angry elf. You guys are funny for sure. I don't think Joe Pesci's in Infinity War. She's just being funny, I hope, because Meg, I can't think of where he would be in that movie. Unless he's like one of the people running down. Oh, Peter Dinklage, of course. No, he's not in Infinity. Oh, yes, he is. Yeah, he's the giant dwarf. Yep, he certainly is. And, of course, Peter Dinklage was also in X-Men, Days of Future Past. He was in that movie, too. And, of course, Game of Thrones. Yeah, Elf it's fun. It definitely is. I'm just reading the comments. Joe Pesci scares Meg. I love Joe Pesci, except when he plays a bad guy in like Goodfellas or Casino and stuff like that. But that's a whole other story. I don't even want to get into that. So there you go. That was number 8. 10, 9, 8 was Elf. Number 7, we're sticking with comedy. And this one is another one that over the years has really, really grown on me to be a movie that makes me laugh out loud. I'm laughing so hard at this movie. And that movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase, who, by the way, is one of my favorite actors. I've always loved Chevy Chase. I think he's awesome. But Chevy Chase is fantastic. I think he does a great job in National Lampoon's Vacation. He is so funny in that movie. Some of the scenes in that movie are so iconic that it's just... What was it, Melissa? The Jelly of the Month Club? Yeah, there she goes. And we were bringing that up. Guys, I'm gonna go personal for a second. We were bringing that up about my Christmas bonus for work. I haven't gotten it yet. And usually we get it by now. And Melissa's like, oh no, don't tell me we're going to get a Jelly of the Month Club. But Christmas Vacation is so funny. That scene with the squirrel in the tree and then running up and down the steps and he's got the squirrel on his back. That scene is so funny. You know, the scene when oh gosh, it's really not funny, but it is funny. The scene with the cat, when the cat explodes. That is so terrible, but it was so funny. It's such a good movie. Oh my gosh, it makes me laugh so hard. Bacon of the Month Club would be better, Brian says. And Randy Quaid's really good in that movie too. Squirrel. Yes, squirrel. For sure. I think this, oh my gosh. That squirrel scene makes me laugh every single time. I just something about that scene, I think it's just so funny. Or when he goes on his rant. And you can't really say on the, yeah, it's a family stream, but you can't really say what he says on that rant. But that rant, he goes, hallelujah, where's the eggnog? It really is. It's funny. It's a good movie, for sure. But, and you see that more and more as time has gone on, too. You want to go out, buddy? The dog wants to go out, guys. I got to let him out. Here, go ahead. No, I guess not. Is National Lampoon's Vacation. You see that all the time now, too. It's all over the place. I didn't know that, Brian. A Bacon of the Month Club squirrel. So there you go. 10, 9, 8, 7. I always lose count whenever we do these. You ever notice that? I can't remember my count. So number 6. This is another one. This is the only one that's kind of a... I don't want to say it's animation, but maybe you guys... It's CGI. I'm sure you guys know where I'm going with this one. I was going to let the dog out, but it doesn't look like he wants to. Every time I look over him, I think... Yes, TBS does run that one a lot. Or is it Freeform that runs that one? I'm not sure which one it is. But one of them runs, for sure, Christmas Vacation all the time. Yeah, Melissa's had a tough day, everybody. So definitely say some prayers for Melissa today. I know this one's been a tough day for her. So she could definitely use some hugs and hearts in the stream for sure. I do need to write the numbers next to the stream, next to the choices, Steve, because I can't remember them. And yes, Brian, you hit it right on the head. It's the Polar Express. I really enjoyed them. Hey, there's Rowan. We were just talking about you. Human person's in here too. Welcome in. Rowan, I can't say your name tonight. I'm sorry. I was just talking about you and talking about our special live stream that we're going to be doing Saturday night. Again, for those just joining us, Rowan from Disney Damsels is going to join Melissa and I on Saturday night for a special Disney Talk Thursdays. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about Disney sequels, and we're going to talk about some really top Disney gifts that you can gift to folks for Christmas. So we're going to have a great time. Yeah, no, we were. We really were. Yep, we're going to have a good time with it. Yep, and right now we are counting down our top 10 Disney movies. Yeah, Rowan, absolutely. We are very excited. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Introduce me to Excel because I can't do it, Chris. Steve, Tom Hanks is good in anything. And this movie, I'm excited too, Rowan. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. We're going to have a great time. I know Melissa's excited too. And we're going to have a blast. And you guys, I hope everybody can join us on Saturday, 8 o'clock, after Disney Fiasco. Meg, don't worry. We're going after you guys when you're done. So be sure to join us. We're going to have a good time with it. But back to Polar Express, that's a really good movie. I really enjoyed that movie. I mean, Tom Hanks plays almost every single part in that movie. He's fantastic. I think he's the little boy. Obviously, he's the ghost. He's Santa Claus. He does a lot of roles. He's the conductor. He does a great job with that movie. I think it's absolutely amazing. And the story's great, too. It's a lot of fun. And there's an Aerosmith cameo in the movie. And I just think it's really cool. I think it's such a great movie. It really is awesome. It's a great time. Oh, that'd be great, Rowan. I think that'd be great if they can join us. It'd be nice to get a lot of people in. Just like tonight. We got tons in here tonight. It's fantastic. Yep. It's gonna be a good time. But we're definitely going to have a good time with that. Polar Express, hey, Isaac says he's watching it. Or he loves watching this movie. Yeah, it is. It's a good movie, Isaac. I really do. Yep, all aboard. He does a really good job with that movie. And I just like everything about it. I think they do a great job with that movie. I'm glad they didn't do a sequel. I always say sometimes when these movies do really well in the movie theaters, that sometimes they come out with sequels. That's a little segue, Rowan, for Saturday. Sequels that maybe they don't need to do. But they didn't do that with Polar Express, and I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad they left it right where they left it. So the Polar Express is great. I know this is going to sound corny, but it sometimes gets emotional for me at the end of the movie too. When it's like he's one of the only ones that can still hear the bell and nobody else can. And it's kind of sad when people lose. I don't want to say lose faith, but kind of lose that Christmas spirit sometimes. But I do. I like the movie. I think it's a great movie. I think it's a lot of fun. We really are awesome with that movie. They've done... I can't remember who directed that. Was that Robert Zemeckis? I don't know if you guys know it or not. But it's a fun movie. Melissa, only you. Everything scares Melissa, everybody. Just so you guys know. She says, but the North Pole scares me. So many places to fall into an abyss. What's up with that? Chris, you haven't seen the Polar Express, buddy? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, you have to check that out. Oh, no, Bridget, that's fine. Christmas lights, Santa pics, totally get it. First and foremost, and if you can make it great, we'll be there. Chris says his favorite Disney movie. I think he means Christmas movie was Die Hard. What did you expect? Splash Mountain. Oh, it was Robert Zemeckis. Okay. Oh, that's really cool, Rowan. How about that? Rowan says her family and her are going to the Polar Express where you go on a train ride and they recreate the scene on the train. That's really, really cool that they do that. That is really neat. That'll get you into the Christmas spirit for sure. I knew you meant Christmas movie, Chris. I knew what you meant. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I wish, I thought they had something like that around here too, because the B&O Railroad, for those that don't know, is right in Baltimore, which is where Melissa and I are. It's right downtown. It's literally 10 minutes from us. And everybody knows who the B&O Railroad is. It's one of the most famous railroads in the country, and it's based right out of Baltimore. And they do something like that too. I thought they did. Maybe they don't. Oh, that's really cool. So you wear PJs and they give you hot chocolate. Oh, that's so cool. That's pretty darn awesome. I thought we had something like that. Oh, it's in New Jersey. Okay, so Rowan, you're not too far from us. Oh, there you go. Meg says they have it up in Connecticut too. And you know what? It'll do really well wherever they do it. I think that's something that could be really a lot of fun. So I'm glad they do stuff like that. Yeah, it's from Monopoly, Chris. It certainly is. The Reading Railroad too. Yep, it's true. Brian says he was calling Baltimore today. Oh, Brian, that's kind of cool. Absolutely. That's pretty neat, buddy. Yes, New York City's right next door to Jersey. Absolutely it is. Nope, not too far at all. Not too far at all. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm counting down my numbers again. Steve or Chris, you guys are going to have to show me how to put... I got to put the numbers next to them. I don't know why I didn't put the numbers next to them. I'm going to put the numbers next to them. All right, so we're down to number 5. So here we go. These are my top 5. And I think I think you're going to know all of these. You're going to probably know all of them, I think. There might be one on the list you don't know. For Baltimore to lose today. Did they play today, Steve? On Tuesday? Or you mean over the weekend? Oh, with your Colts, right. Oh, yeah, right, absolutely. Yeah, but Melissa's right, Steve. We're actually not Ravens fans here. We're not Ravens fans at all. But, we won't get into that today. Bridget, I knew you were a Saints fan. Yeah, Melissa loves Frank Reich, and that's because Melissa. Well, I don't know, Melissa, if you really want to get into why that is, but Melissa has family who coaches in the NFL. I'll just put it to you that way, and they were connected to Frank Reich a long time ago when he was with Buffalo. Steve wants him to lose every day. Chris, I know I should just put it down on the list. That's not what I meant. I don't know why I'm doing. Car warranties. All right, so number 5 on my list, and this is another one that's going to go way back. They've done recreations of this movie, and I'm not a big fan of the recreations of it, but it's the one that I like the original. I think it's a lot of fun. I think they did a great job with it. And that is Miracle on 34th Street. How about, hey, Bridget, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. A friend of yours is on the coaching staff of the Ravens. That's cool. Meg, we knew that. Hockey is your sport. Yep. But my movie, Miracle on 34th Street, that's number 5 for me. I really enjoyed that movie a lot. The original is fantastic. The guy that plays Santa Claus, whose name I can't remember, it escapes me, I think is great. I think he does a great job. It's a young Natalie Wood playing the little girl in the movie. The attorney who saves him in the end is fantastic in the movie. I just love it. I love Miracle on 34th Street. I think it is such a classic Christmas movie. It's a wonderful one. It's one of those ones, there are a lot of them that are fun, but this is one of those movies that to me gets me in the Christmas spirit. It really, really does. I love the Christmas Miracle on 34th Street. I think it's fantastic, and we watch it every year. I won't miss it. You haven't seen Miracle on 34th Street? Oh my gosh, Rowan, you have to watch that. It really is a good movie. Edmund Gwenn, for sure, Steve. Yep, black and white only, but that's the way to watch it, Brian. I agree. You have to watch it in black and white. Now they've done the new. What do they call it? Spectral color or whatever it is, where they put it in color. But no, I don't think so. I think you have to watch that one in black and white. It is a massive classic, Steve. I agree. Rowan, make sure you watch it. It's really a good movie. It'll put you in the Christmas spirit. I think it's great. I love that movie. It starts out at Thanksgiving time, and it works its way all the way through. It really is. It's awesome. I think it's great. Everything about it is cool. So many iconic scenes in that movie as well. Yeah, it does, Meg. I agree. There are a few movies that need to be in black and white, and this is one of them for me. I won't watch it any other way. And there's another one on my list coming up next that also needs to be in black and white. But it really is cool. Rowan, make sure you watch Miracle on 34th Street. It's a great movie. I think it's a classic for sure. And it's not too long. I think it's 2 hours, maybe 2 hours, if that. Yeah, it does. It just does, Brian. You're right. For some reason, it's just not the same in color, which is weird, but it's fantastic. It is. You'll like it, Rowan. I promise you. All right, so that's number 5. We're going to move on to number 4. Number 4 on my list. And it's funny, Bridget, you said that, because number 4 on my list is Jimmy Stewart, and it's A Wonderful Life. There are very few people who are going to have, now there are some that will, but there are very few people who are going to do top 10 Christmas movies, and this movie doesn't make the list. And for me, It's a Wonderful Life, which I know that technically it's not supposed to be a Christmas movie, but it's fantastic. It's such a, you talk about a movie that makes you feel good, that makes you feel wonderful, that really puts you in the holiday spirit. It's a Wonderful Life for me. I think this movie really does that. Yeah, absolutely, Meg. That's a good idea. Yeah, and that's it, Steve. It's a Wonderful Life. I think, I don't know. It's just something about it. I just love that movie. It's so great that in the end, with all that he did for other people, yeah, he always put other people first. He never put himself first, ever. He put his family first. He put his friends first. He put his neighbors first. And in the end, when he needed them most, they had his back. Not to give it away. Hey, Ray J, welcome in. Welcome in. Jennifer hasn't seen It's a Wonderful Life. Oh my gosh, she has to see that movie. It's a great classic movie. Jimmy Stewart in that movie is unbelievable. I think it's one of his best roles he ever did. I know he's done other great roles too, but it was really a great role for him. I don't know. I just think it's wonderful. There is a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff to remember, Steve. I agree. Rowan, that's another one. These are old. Don't get me wrong. I like classic movies. I do. I think part of the reason why I like classic movies is it takes me back to my childhood, and I had a great childhood. I was very lucky. We didn't have much. We were pretty poor. We lived in the inner city, but we had a good life. My parents made it fun. They definitely did, and I think that's part of the reason why I liked it so much. And these movies, they have a special place. And It's a Wonderful Life is just awesome. My family and I, when I was a kid, we would sit down when it came on, before you had major cable channels and before you had DVR and before you had VCRs, when it came on Friday night or Saturday night at 8 o'clock, you had to watch it or you missed it. There was no rewinding. So we would do that. We would always sit down and watch It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street as a family, with the decorations up and the Christmas cookies and the milk. We loved it. So, yep, It's a Wonderful Life for me is number 4. What does Steve say? There's so much Lord of the Rings. Yeah, oh my gosh, there's so much to bring up. Yep, and that's true, Meg, not even including the Hobbit. That's true, too. What is a VCR? Well, they existed for a while. Well, you know what? We're getting to the point now, Steve, where we're going to start saying, what's a DVD player? That's becoming obsolete too at this point with streaming and everything now. It's becoming to the point where you don't even have to say what's a DVD player. It was invented right after fire. Yeah, I think it was invented right after fire and right before the wheel. You guys are reading my mind tonight. Look at this. That's pretty good, Rowan, because number 3 on my list is Santa Claus. It's funny you said that, because that's the next one on my list. Now, I like the Santa Claus 2. It's okay. I don't mind the Santa Claus 3. But the Santa Claus, the first one, is phenomenal. I thought that was such an incredibly unique concept for a movie. It was different than, at least from what I can remember, and maybe you guys can correct me. It's just different. It was something different. You had a regular guy who worked for a toy company who happened to put on Santa's suit, and now he had to become Santa Claus. And it was awesome. I love that movie. I think it's fantastic. And there's nothing about that movie I don't like. Judge Reinhold's fantastic in it. Of course, all the other people that are in it. The guy that plays the Tooth Fairy is funny in the movie. Bernard is great in it. I really enjoyed it. I think it's such a good movie. And it's got a lot of heart to it, too. And it's sad at times where you think he's going to lose his son and he's not going to be able to see him. NBC. Meg, probably not. I'll have to be honest with you. But again, that's what makes these lists so great is they're different for everybody. Yeah, 2 and 3 are meh. I agree. I agree. 2 and 3 are meh. And you know what, Meg? On your DVD comment, I love DVDs too. Don't get me wrong. They have a lot of special features and stuff like that they put in them. We have a lot of DVDs in our basement that we have. I mean, we have a lot of DVDs in our basement. I love them too. But it's just not something that's going to be around much longer, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of number 3 either. Hey, Main Street and Mickey, welcome in. How are you? I appreciate you stopping in. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, folks, real fast, before we get to our last 2, if you haven't already hit a thumbs up on the video, please do so. Just give us a thumbs up. It really helps the stream, helps the channel. Excuse me. It definitely means a lot. Abby, welcome in. Thanks for stopping in for sure. But, yep, The Santa Claus. Great movie. Tim Allen did such a great job. I always say, and I know it's always after the fact, but can you think of anybody else that could play that role other than Tim Allen at this point to play Scott Calvin? I can't. Maybe Tom Hanks. I could see him doing it maybe. But there are a few that could do it. I love Tim Allen. I think he did such a great job. He became Santa Claus and delivered Buzz Lightyear toys, thereby fracturing the space-time continuum. Us too, Bridget. We grew up with VCR tapes and then went on to the DVDs for sure. Now, I don't know, Steve. I agree. I don't know. I can't say that Tom Hanks wouldn't have done as good a job as Tim Allen. I don't know. I think they're both great, and he could have done. I think he might have done as good a job. Who knows? But we'll never know. And Tim Allen did it great, and he is fantastic as both, for sure. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. But I love The Santa Claus. I do. I think it's a great movie. It's definitely another one of those. It's a true Christmas movie, for sure. And it brings, it makes you feel Christmas. It definitely gets you into the holiday spirit. And I love it. Yes, Last Man Standing is a great show. I agree. Yep, absolutely. And ABC canceled it. And then it moved to... I don't know where it is now. Steve, maybe you could... Chris, you could probably tell me. I know it's not on ABC anymore. But they moved it. So there you go. So that's my first... Now we're down to our last 2. So that's my top 8. Now I'm going to go back real fast and we'll just do a quick rundown of from 10 down to 2. Or 10 down to 3. Number 10, Holiday Inn. Number 9, A Christmas Story. Number 8, Elf. Number 7, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Number 6, The Polar Express. Number 5, Miracle on 34th Street. Number 4, It's a Wonderful Life. And number 3, The Santa Claus. Hey, Joey's World, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Absolutely. You know what? I love March of the Wooden Soldiers, Joey's World. It did not make my top 10 list. I have to admit it. I love that movie, but I love the original. I know they have the one with Annette Funicello in it, but I love the original with Laurel and Hardy. That's the one I like the most. I think that one's classic. I have it actually on DVD, if you can believe that. I really, really enjoyed that one. I don't mind the one with Annette Funicello, but I really enjoyed the one with Laurel and Hardy. That's my favorite. And again, that's an old one too. That's like 1920s or 1930s. Talk about old. That's an old movie. Christmas Carol. Well, we'll have to see, Steve. We're getting there. But number 2, again, classic movie. It's definitely a Christmas movie. It's everywhere on Christmas. You see it all the time. And, of course, it's Macaulay Culkin and Home Alone. Home Alone is probably one of the best comedy movies ever made, in my opinion. There are a lot of great movies, Meg. You're right. But for me, Home Alone is number 2 on my list. That movie is so wonderful and so funny. I remember the first time we ever saw it, we were laughing so hard we were crying. Joe Pesci and, what's his name? Oh my gosh, what's the other guy's name? I can't think of his name. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Who's the other guy that's in the movie with Joe Pesci? I can't think of his name. Is it Daniel Stern? It might be Daniel. I can't remember. Ray J, actually, Home Alone's number 2. Home Alone's number 2. But I love Home Alone. There are so many great parts to that movie. So many great lines in that movie. Melissa's favorite line. Go ahead, Melissa. I'm waiting for you to say it. I'm waiting for you to say it. John, I love Home Alone 2 as well. That movie really has a lot. You keep the change, you filthy. Daniel Stern, that's it, plays Marv. And Melissa, I'm surprised, Kevin McAllister. He does? Oh, there must be somebody else. Is it real? I wonder if it's really Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin. I can't talk tonight. It could be. You never know. But Home Alone is awesome. And I really like Home Alone 2. That scene in Home Alone 2 when he puts his hands on... When he puts his hands when he's by the washer and dryer and he turns on the electricity and then you see the skeleton in Home Alone. That's Home Alone 2, I know. That is such a funny scene. That scene makes me laugh out loud. I cry. But Home Alone, it's such a fun movie. It's so funny. It's so ridiculously, absurd that it's funny. With all the things that happened to Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, it just makes you laugh so hard. And this little 8-year-old kid outwits these 2 bank robbers. It's fantastic. Yes, Tim Curry was in Home Alone 2. He was the head of the concierge desk. Oh, Steve's talking about A Christmas Carol. I know both of those. Steve, for sure. Ray J says she always cries when the mom comes home. Yeah, that's a good scene. Yep, I agree. And one of Melissa's favorites makes a cameo in Home Alone, and that's John Candy. He's in there too. Yeah, the movies are great, Bridget. They're fun movies. Yeah, Tim Curry is good in that movie. He really is. He's funny. Yep. Oh, the fake party scene. Yep. Yeah, when they come to try to. Yep. I like the part when the kid with the pizza comes to the scene too. Melissa, you haven't said your favorite scene yet. Oh, the boy that loves drinking Coca-Cola. That's actually, isn't that Kieran Culkin? Isn't that Macaulay Culkin's brother? Well, Melissa's favorite line in the movie is where he says, "Are you afraid? Are you scared, Marv? Are you afraid?" She says that all the time. She says that to the dog all the time. It's so funny. So there you go. Number 2. Tim Curry is good in most movies. I agree 100%. So that's number 2 on my list. So number 1 on my list is, again, I wish we could do gifts on here too. But number 1 on my list to me is, you guys are on the right track. It's a movie that's been done over and over and over again. Obviously, it's from a book, and everybody knows the Charles Dickens book, A Christmas Carol. But there are different versions of A Christmas Carol over the years. Oh, did you, Meg? You stayed at that hotel? That's pretty cool. That is really, really cool. How about that? That is really cool. Wow, that would be awesome in New York, too. Yep, and that hotel's there. I don't know what it's called, but yep, I know which one you're talking about. But yeah, hey, Stacy Rogers, welcome in. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. But my number 1, not Lord of the Rings. Not yet. But it is a book, and of course it's A Christmas Carol. But there are a lot of different versions of A Christmas Carol over the years that have come out. And I've mentioned this before, and I know Melissa knows which one I'm talking about. But my favorite version of A Christmas Carol is the one with Albert Finney. It's got Albert Finney's in it. It's got Alec Guinness in it as Jacob Marley, and it's called Scrooge. It's just called Scrooge. It's that simple. The music in that movie is nothing short of phenomenal. It's so catchy. It's so wonderful. I think it's fantastic. Stacy's a Christmas Carol expert. Well, Stacy, then you'll know which one I'm talking about. But I love that one. It was made in 1970, and every year I watch that movie religiously. That's the one that no matter what, I cannot miss out on. AMC Classics used to show it every year, and I would go on there, look at their schedule, and make sure that I was available to watch that movie. But they have so many wonderful songs. I go around the house, whenever I'm mad at work, I always sing the song, I Hate People. That's from that movie, and everybody will look at me like, what the heck are you singing? I'm like, never mind. Or December the 25th. It's just I just love it. I just think it's really, it's awesome. It's no, not Scrooged, Chris, not the one with Bill Murray. No, not that one. Although that one's pretty good too, for sure. Yep, Stacy, you got it. It's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. And that's thank you very much. Yep, that's at the end of the movie. It's just great. They do such a good job with it. The music is fantastic. The lyrics are fantastic. The scenes are great. The set that they used, it was a London set that they used, is really awesome. I love the set they use. And it's awesome. Yep, Melissa, she knows. Oh, Joey's well, I'm sorry you guys are sick. Oh, no problem, Rowan. We appreciate you stopping in. Thank you. And we can't wait for Saturday, too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you have a good night. Thank you for the support. We definitely appreciate it. Good night. Take care. Everybody say good night to Rowan. We definitely appreciate her stopping in. You too, Isaac. Thank you, buddy. No problem, bud. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Everybody say goodbye. And thanks to Isaac as well. Appreciate him stopping in. For sure. But, yeah, that's my number one. It's Scrooge. I love Scrooge. I think Scrooge is such an underrated movie. Nobody ever thinks about it. You know, they think about all the other ones. They're the ones with George C. Scott, or the one with Patrick Stewart, or the original Christmas Carol from back in 1930, I think it is. All of those are great movies. Don't get me wrong. I love all of them. But Scrooge just has a special place for me. I just really enjoy it. It's very emotional. It's sad at times. It's also funny at times. It's a lot of great music, and yeah, it's just great. Come on, you want to go? Puppy's crying back here. I think he knows the hour's coming up, but I do. Yeah, Muppets. Oh yeah, Mickey's Christmas Carol was fantastic too, Chris. I do like that one. I think that one's good actually. And Stacy says it's funny, he actually thinks they are singing that song because they liked him, when in fact it's because they hated him. That's right. Yeah, they did. He was dead, and they were thanking him for dying. Yep. Well, at least with the first time they sang it. The second time, it was a true thank you. Yep. But it's a lot of fun. Oh yes, Alistair Sim is the first. That's the original. Yep. That's a great one too. Yep, it really is. You're right, Stacy. Alistair Sim is the original, and that's a good one, too. That's one of my favorites as well. Absolutely. And that's another one you have to watch in black and white. It really is. So there you go, guys. That's my top 10 favorite Christmas movies of all time. So let me know yours. What is your favorite? What's your favorite Christmas movie? I want to hear from you guys out there. Let me know who's your favorite. I believe it. And Stacy, that's true. There are so many different versions of A Christmas Carol. So many different versions. And that's what's really nice about it. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that, bud. And it's my list. I get it. I mean, and I'm sure you guys have tons of different ones. I did have 3 that I wanted to let you know as what were my honorable mentions. For sure. Gremlins. Steve said Gremlins. Yeah, they did colorize it. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Stacy. Talking about movies that should be only seen in black and white. But 3 of my honorable mentions. The first one is The Holiday. That's the one with Cameron, I think it's Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I can't think of their names now. And a couple other ones. That's actually a really good movie. It's a lot of fun. It's a holiday movie. It's a lot of fun. I can't think of their names. I know Melissa knows their names. what's her name? Kate Winslet's in it. Oh, I love A Year Without a Santa Claus, Meg, for sure. I love the claymation movies. I think those are fantastic. I just didn't put any of them on my list because those were more like made-for-TV movies. I was doing actual full-length, cinematic movies, for sure. But, Jude Law. That was his name. I couldn't think of his name. Thank you. Jude Law. Right. Yep. The Holiday is actually a really good movie. I remember sitting down with Melissa. I think it was Melissa and I. We watched it and we were like, oh, we'll just watch it. Let's see. And we really enjoyed it. We thought it was a lot of fun. But I did like The Holiday. The other one, of course, we mentioned it earlier. We talked about Home Alone. Is Home Alone 2. I really enjoy Home Alone 2. When he throws those bricks at that kid and says, suck brick, kids, and throws the brick at him. And then Macaulay Culkin hits him with 3 bricks in a row. Oh my God, that would kill somebody in real life, but it's just so funny. That movie is so funny. Home Alone 2 is, oh my gosh, that's so funny. It really is. It cracks me up. We laugh so hard at that scene when he gets electrocuted that we can't stop laughing. The Gremlins. Meg says the Gremlins are so terrifying. They are terrifying, actually. What is it? Don't feed them after 8 o'clock or something like that. And don't give them water or something like that. Yeah, the Pigeon Woman. That's right. Yep. And then the other one on my list, and I'm sure that a lot of folks don't like this one, and it got bad reviews. And I'm sure it probably doesn't make anybody else's list. But Melissa and I really like it. And that's Fred Claus. I'm sorry, I like Fred Claus. I did not mind that movie at all. I thought Fred Claus was pretty good. It really, with Vince Vaughn, I did not mind that movie at all. I thought it was funny. It really made me laugh. It was, it's got a good story in the end. It's a redemption in the end. I thought it was good. All right, don't get them wet. Don't feed them after midnight. There you go. Don't get them wet. Don't expose them to sunlight. That's it. Paul Giamatti is a genius. He is. Absolutely. His father, Steve, Bart Giamatti, was once the commissioner of Major League Baseball. In case you didn't know that. Yep, Kevin Spacey, Paul Giamatti. Absolutely. Great movie. What's her name, too, from Misery, is the mom in it. Isn't that terrible? I can't think of the names tonight. But I did. I really enjoyed Fred Claus. Fred Claus is funny. If you guys haven't seen Fred Claus, be sure to go check it out. It's hilarious. It really makes me laugh. Steve hasn't seen it? No, you have to see it. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, Bart Giamatti is Paul Giamatti's father, and he at one time was the commissioner of baseball, Steve. And actually, he was the commissioner of baseball. He's the guy that banned Pete Rose. Bart Giamatti. Kathy Bates, thank you, It's Joey's World. That's her name. Yep, she's in it too. It's a fun movie. I think Fred Claus is really, really fun. And if you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out. For we do, that's funny. Yep, yeah, that's the guy, Steve. Yep, I'm a big baseball fan. We could talk about baseball for hours. Melissa does not like Kathy Bates' character in that movie. Yes. Paul Giamatti is also the one that was in Big Fat Liars, Stacy. That's exactly right. And he was funny in that, too. Yep, he certainly was. He was really funny in that. Oh, my gosh. So many good movies. Well, guys, we're coming up on an hour. I want to thank everybody who was in here tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for supporting me. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I thought it was a lot of fun. Again, just a couple of reminders. Saturday, 8 o'clock, special live stream with Rowan from Disney Damsels as we talk about some really great Disney gifts that you can use for Christmas this year, and we're going to talk about some Disney sequels. Are they good are they good? Are they not good? Are they necessary? Are they not necessary? We're going to be talking about a couple different subjects on Saturday night, and of course, the big live stream on Tuesday, December 18th. Our big Lord of the Rings live stream. We're going to have Steve's World. We're going to have Disney Dan. We're going to have Mickey's Magic. And, of course, we're going to have ourselves, here at Mouse Talk as we talk about all things Lord of the Rings. We've been wanting to do this for a while, and I know we dabble on Lord of the Rings here and there, but we're really going to get in depth, talk a lot about it. I hope you guys can join us. We're going to have a great time with it. We're going to start at 7 p.m. on Tuesday the 18th, and we're going to go. It's going to be a mega stream, so we're going to probably go more than an hour, so we hope you guys can stay with us. But we definitely. I do have Scrooge on DVD, Stacy. I do. Thank you. Thank you for asking. What is Lord of the Rings? Well, Meg, we're going to talk about it on Tuesday night because there's a lot to talk about. But John, thank you for joining us. Stacy, Meg, Steve, everybody that came in. Definitely Chris. Appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Anybody that stopped in. Rowan was in here. Abby was in here. Stacy. Noah, of course, my buddy Noah. R. Johns was in here earlier as well. Thank you, R. Johns. Be sure to go out and subscribe to a lot of these folks if you haven't already. Mickey's Magic, Steve's World, R. Johns' channel. We have a lot of different people in here tonight. I appreciate it. Disney Damsels was in as well. Noah's channel. We'd love for you all to go out there and subscribe to them. And again, before you leave out, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the stream. I'm just going to read a couple last comments. Let's see. What's Meg saying here? Let's see, 5 hours. 5 hours. I don't know that we'll go that long, Steve, but we're going to probably go at least 1 to 2 hours for sure. I'm sure of it. Meg hit her Meg hit her head. Wait, what did Meg say? What is Lord of the Rings? No, she knows, guys. Don't worry about Meg. But we're going to have a good time. And we love you guys very much. Again, I want to say a special, let's see, Resort TV 1 is going live now with a Q&A. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll stop over. Tell them that Walt from Mouse Madness sent you guys over there. I'm going to steal from Disney Dan. If you guys go over to Resort TV 1, please let them know that Walt from Mouse Madness or Mouse Talk, tell him Mouse Talk sent you. He'll know who it is. But I would appreciate that. Just let him know that Mouse Talk sent us over from his stream. And thanks again, guys. I hope to see you all on Saturday. Be sure on Saturday to watch Disney Dan's live stream first, and then head on over to us afterwards for a good time on Saturday night. A lot of streams, a lot of good times. And until then, I will see you guys on Saturday. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks again, guys. We love you guys. Thank you very much. Good night.